Hi everyone, welcome to a Get Ready With Me. It has been a little while since I have done a Get Ready With Me, and it's actually been about a week since I've done a video, which is a little unusual for me, but I just needed to take a little tiny break just because things got a little bit overwhelming with the Urban Decay Naked Cherries stuff. I will sort of touch on all of that. I actually have a notebook in front of me, a brand new notebook because I can't stop buying them. I'm a sucker for anything with like nature pictures on it, and I just made some notes of things that I wanted to make sure that I covered. I'm sure I will forget a whole ton of stuff, but anyway, my face is completely bare right now. Yes, I have a little Sephora bag. I did place an order online during the sale, and then I also went into store today because they only let you use the sale code online once, but you can use it in store unlimited amounts of times, which is kind of silly. Very silly actually, but anyway, they gave me a sample of a mascara, but I picked up the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion and the color correcting fluid in green because I actually completely ran out of my YSL one, and I have the teeny tiniest bit left of the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but the eyeshadow primer potion is just my absolute favorite thing. I missed it so much, so I'm just going to start with this. So this will kind of bring me into the discussion. Oh, I missed this. This is one of my most repurchased products, the eyeshadow primer potion, just because it's the thing that works so well for me. I always go back to it. Anyway, when I was in the store, I was really trying to just stick with these two purchases. I really didn't want to buy anything spontaneously. When I was waiting in the checkout line, I did swatch the gold shade in the Natasha Denona mini Lila palette. Is it Lila or Lila? I keep wanting to say Lila, like lilac, but I'm pretty sure it's Lila. Anyway, I did swatch the mini one, just the gold shade, because it's a gold eyeshadow, and it was so beautiful. And I was literally there in the lineup staring at the swatch on my hand while the sales lady at the cash was like, I can help you here, I can help you here, I can help you here. It's like, oh yeah, I'm one of those. So I'm gonna use the Naked Heat palette. So anyway, we're at the cash, and I could tell she was kind of judging me from the way that I had been swatching that shadow. Anyway, she had this really pretty colorful eye look, so I told her I liked it, and I asked her what shadows she was using, and she said it was the discontinued electric palette. I said, oh yes, I know that palette well, I like it as well. I said it's, you know, beautiful colors. So we were talking about that palette for a second, and then we got on to talking about how the Naked palette was being discontinued, and I said, yeah, I know that the Naked palette has been discontinued. And she said, yeah, but I heard about the Naked Cherry palette, and I heard these theories about how this palette is going to be the thing to replace it. And I've also heard some theories about the possible revamping of the Naked palette. And she was talking about the stuff that I had brought up in my video, which I was trying so hard not to laugh. I know I was smirking. She probably thought I was just awful. I didn't know what to say about it though, because it was one of those things where she didn't actually come out and be like, hey, I think I recognize you. Are you so-and-so? Because I watched this video with these naked palette theories. She just was talking about the theories with me, like, hey, I want to share this information with you. So I just went along with it. I was like, oh, that definitely sounds like something that could happen. Those sound like really good theories. Meanwhile, I'm like, it was really, really funny, but it also made me feel just amazing. Just this idea that somebody had come across these theories on these palettes, regardless of whether or not she had seen my video. Maybe somebody was talking about it. I mean, she does work in a Sephora, so I'd say she has more than a passing interest in makeup, so maybe it was somebody else. I really just wanted to share the information I dug up about that palette and the other, you know, trademarks and stuff, just for fun, just because it was something that I discovered and I thought that people might enjoy talking about it, and it was just, you know, proof that people were we're talking about these theories and kind of getting excited to see about like what Urban Decay is doing next. And it just, the makeup junkie in me was really excited about that. And it was just, it was a really cool but sort of surreal experience at the same time, just because, you know, it more or less originated with me. And no, I'm not bothered by the fact that I am not getting credit for being the person to reveal it. A lot of sites are crediting Trend Mood for revealing the Naked Cherry palette. Somebody else would have definitely gotten to it if I hadn't, and it doesn't bother me. I've had a few people leave comments. I've had a couple people send me messages like on Instagram and stuff saying like, hey, you must be really bothered by this. When are you going to address this? Are you going to talk about this? You must be so annoyed. I'm like, you know what? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm actually not. It doesn't really bother me. You know, some of the other things I've done in the past that I haven't gotten credit for has bothered me a hell of a lot more than this. This was just fun detective work. It was something that I really enjoyed doing. Maybe I'll do more like that. Like I had a lot of people kind of request more information on trademarks like other brands have filed, so maybe I might do a little digging. I was just interested and it just sort of spiraled. It wasn't something that I was planning on doing, and I think that's the difference there. It is something that happened sort of spontaneously because of the announcement of the discontinuation of the Naked palette and just me thinking, there's got to be something more to it, and then it just sort of continued on. And like I was sitting on the Naked Cherry information and the pictures of the palette for almost a full day before I actually posted the video, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to have the L'Oreal Mafia come after me. And I mean, they haven't. Nothing has been said to me. I feel like I'm probably most definitely on some kind of blacklist right now. I had information and I chose to share it, so that's it. I'm surprised they didn't come after me, but I guess they really couldn't come after me for anything in particular because I didn't do anything wrong. On the note about credit, I feel like if you're inspired by somebody, credit them, credit your sources. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You know, I've talked about sort of people stealing ideas before, which did not go over very well. I think that's why so many people were coming at me expecting me to be mad and kind of wanting to see what my reaction was going to be, just because I have been in the past, you know, right or wrong. Sometimes it just does get annoying when people take credit for something that they very clearly got inspiration from somebody else. And I'm not just talking about me. I mean, I get annoyed when I see it happen to other people as well. Sometimes it's very, very evident, and the frustrating thing is for that person who was responsible for the idea or the information, the suggestion, whatever, is that then all of a sudden they become like the copier. People are accusing them of you know, stealing their own idea. I came across a quote a while ago and it sort of stuck with me, and I'm paraphrasing now, but it's, "A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle." And that's kind of what I think about giving credit to people. Because if you were inspired by somebody to do something, then crediting them doesn't take anything away from you. You're just giving somebody else a little bit of fire. So that's what I think about that. I've definitely been trying to work on my anger issues a little bit, figuring out the source, the root of why I get so angry over certain comments sometimes. And most of the comments, I'd say, well, all of the comments I get really angry about, like I have a real visceral reaction to, are things about my appearance, namely about my teeth. That's something that really gets under my skin and I just can't properly handle. It's something that irritates me on such a deep level. Most of the people who comment on it are trolls, first of all. They're not actually commenting with any substance. They're just using it as an attack, because when trolls come to channels, they can only attack surface level stuff unless they've been like there for a while, and in most cases trolls haven't been. They are looking for like, what's the easiest thing I can target to piss this person off, to, you know, make them feel bad. And for me, that's the obvious. That's the thing. If somebody clicks on my video, one of the first things that, if they're looking for something, that's what they're gonna see. And so that's what comes what I get faced with, I don't get why it has to be picked out as a flaw because of standards that people have. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. I do definitely try to avoid any sort of conversations about me anywhere else because it's not productive for me to be reading about that stuff. And I've been trying to view it in a different way. Like, people want to have a forum, I suppose, to talk about things without directly talking to like the person, and they might want to talk about it with other people. So I'm trying to just leave it alone. I feel like if there's anything that people really want to address with me, I hope that they will do it. I'm a very responsive person. I've had some really good conversation with people, not only just in the comments, but by emails, by messages, by Snapchat. You know, I've always said that I'm available that way, and definitely make every effort to try and do so. Anyway, I'm just sitting here talking now. I still gotta do the rest of my face. Another thing that I bought, a repurchase. This is the Mercier Blemish-less foundation primer. I had tried a sample of this during hashtag 365 days of samples, loved it, bought the full size, used it all up, and I said I was going to wait till a sale to buy it again, and I did, because I'm trying not to use it that much because I want to finish some of the other things that I've been sort of sitting on, but this is sort of a good in-between primer, and I feel like it really does help like with the condition of my skin, which is why I wanted to have it again. I'm going to try out the Naked Skin green corrector because I didn't want to spend that like $60 on the YSL one unless this one's terrible. I like the pink version for underneath my eyes, so I thought maybe I will have some good luck with the green. I'm trying to use the mirror down in front of me, but it's not a great mirror, so I'm going to use this. This is mostly what I need the corrector for, like that spot on my forehead. I got a little bit of redness, that's pretty much it, just a little bit right there. I don't need to use much else. This is a much better packaging than that YSL pen as well, which I feel like I was sort of wasting product. But I also have the Becca under eye corrector. This was another sale purchase. I bought this online though. This I bought with the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. I bought with the Mercier Blemish-less face primer, and I bought one new thing. I bought a brow liner. This is from Makeup Forever. This is the brow liner intense brow definer. I heard Jamie Page talk about it and I really wanted to try it, so that was sort of my one treat thing because I wanted something that would help with my brows. Oh, it's so nice to dip into a brand new pot product. I love this under eye corrector. Like, I love the liquid Urban Decay one, but there's something about this one that just erases all of the under eye things. I can definitely tell, like especially in a video, when I've decided to skip the under eye corrector. I've become so accustomed to it now. Anyway, as I was saying, so I've really been avoiding reading about myself anywhere else because I got sucked into it. People were sending me screenshots, people were telling me about stuff that they were posting, even if it was positive things, even if it was nice things, people were saying I didn't want to read them because it was making me feel a little weird, and I feel like it's just better for me mentally not to read that. Even if it's good stuff, I'll leave people to have their discussions and I will try not to think about it. It's hard sometimes knowing that it's out there and knowing that I could go and like search my name and maybe see what comes up, but I know it's for the best because I hate making this sort of comparison and it's not that serious, but it's almost like a minefield, right? It's like you're playing Minesweeper and you never know exactly when you're gonna get the thing that's going to kill you. So I have my issues and I'm trying to work through them. You know, I definitely, when some people sent me some screenshots of some stuff, I recognized some usernames from like other things, and I was really sort of disheartened by it because I felt like these were people that I had talked to, I had trusted, and they were sort of talking about information that I had told them either privately or in a different setting that felt more private to me. Yeah, this foundation seems a little light for me today. Kind of goes with the whole look. I just got this choker from Spirit Halloween. It's a Ouija board choker, and I have my snake earrings in. These are also new, by the way. Got them from Spirit Halloween. I've been in the mood to feel real spoopy. So anyway, things will all come together with like bronzer and blush and all that stuff, but I'm going to do some eye stuff first. So anyway, there's been a lot of drama with the YouTube beauty community recently, as I'm sure you all know. And it's nothing that I feel like is completely shocking. I feel like we already knew all this stuff, yeah? Like this, I don't know why people are sort of shocked by how much people are influenced by money and the things that they're willing to do for money. And part of me is torn because it's like, we don't know what's 100% true. Somebody says one thing and we believe them, and then somebody says something else and we believe that too. Or do we, or we don't believe them because we believe person A more than person B. It's kind of sickening, sort of the competition that's going on now. Does anybody else see history repeating itself here? Because people sold out for money is basically the story that I'm getting here, and none of that surprises me. And I feel like when people are presented with an opportunity to do so, they take it. And I do feel like it can be dangerous and misleading, but people have to be smart about their purchases. Nobody's forcing you to spend money. You know, this is all stuff I've talked about before, and a lot of these issues are things that I've talked about before. I have had a lot of people ask for like my 2 cents on this whole situation, but I don't even think it's really that valuable. I don't like speculating on things that are about people. Like talking about the Naked Cherry palette and stuff is a little bit different in my opinion. It's about a brand, and I don't see the same issue in it as I do with talking about a person or speculating on what a person makes or whether or not they're honest or not, because we don't know that, and we won't know that. You know, they can tell us they're honest, and we only will know the truth, you know, if the brand releases the information, and the brand's not going to compromise themselves either. I was reading about some stuff and some people were saying this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen. The only thing I know from my point of view as a very, very small channel is that I have been offered money to talk about certain companies and stuff before, some of these smaller ones. I've been offered money to make it seem like I purchased the stuff myself. There's a particular small company online that has been making the rounds with reviews lately, and they offered to like give me this like discount code sort of gift card thing, so that if I purchase stuff, I could just say, oh, I ordered this online, oh, I picked this up, so that it would seem like I had actually purchased it myself. And they actually said something like that in the email, and it just really, of course, did not sit well with me. I would never ever do that. I did see a couple people do stuff with this brand, which made me go, I wonder what a deal they agreed to, because I'm pretty sure they're not just doing this because people requested it, but you never know. And it wasn't like I was being offered a lot of money either, but I've never accepted money in exchange for a review or a video or anything, and the whole thought makes me really uncomfortable. But I know even just saying that doesn't mean anything, because people are lying. People are lying about everything, and people are trying to cover their own asses. And so it's like when you talk about it, it's like, you can believe what you want to believe, but I mean, look at the content I produce. Ain't nobody paying me to do that. I'm doing everything because I want to do it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. That's all there is to it. There's nothing special or scandalous to report there. I have accepted product in exchange for a review before, which I think a lot of small channels have done. It seems like a really neat way to grow your channel, but it's never ever successful. People don't watch random reviews about random products, and I try not to be too dramatic about it while also still trying to get people interested in stuff, because if you don't put enough information out there and if you're not interesting enough, then people won't even click, because so many people judge so much stuff. You know, it's like don't judge a book by its cover, but so many people judge videos based off of the thumbnail, and it can be incredibly frustrating sometimes to have like a really good video or what you think is good and people don't like it, and I always drop stuff. And it's hard to know why. It's hard to know why. I got a lot of good feedback from people a month or so ago when I did the survey monkey thing, the anonymous survey. That was really useful. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a more composed person, trying to be, you know, less stressed and less self-deprecating, because it's exhausting. And, you know, there's certain things that people have requested for me to stop doing, which, you know, I definitely have been trying to stop doing. Like, I haven't posted, like, the sort of so-called hate comments on my Instagram anymore, even though I still get people. This green concealer I don't think is working that well for me. Darn. I can't even remember the last time when I would have copied a comment and shared it on Instagram, but people still are bringing that up to me. People are still, like, that came up in the survey, and at that point I hadn't even done it for a while either. And people are still leaving me comments about it, like, you know, you really need to stop doing this. And I'm like, when is the last time I've done this? What are you referring to? Are you talking about that time that I did it back in, like, February? Was it February? Maybe it was like early this year or something. I'm like, yeah, you know what? A lot of people do it. I would get people who would then say that I was faking getting the comments I was getting. So, like, if I ever mentioned in a video, like, oh, you know, I've gotten people talking crap about, you know, my appearance, what I look like, I've been getting people saying this and that, there'd always be people saying, well, I don't see that. Well, I didn't see that. I didn't see you get those comments. It's like, well, I did get them. They were very hurtful. How else can I prove it? And I think that's why people share those kind of comments on social media, to kind of be like, hey, here's the proof. This is some of the stuff that I have to deal with. Doesn't mean that it's right. And I have no problem calling out people if they're going to be trolls. I don't think people should have that luxury of hiding behind a computer screen, but I don't have to do it for myself, because I don't like having to deal with it all day. This worked out kind of well. I just really wanted like a super dramatic, grungy kind of eye without being just a lot of red eyeshadow or a lot of black eyeshadow. So this is working for me. I wanted something to kind of go with the vibe I was feeling. I think I'm gonna add glitter though, because that's how I roll. These lashes are not sticking. Those lashes are sort of weird today. They're not doing what I want them to do, but that's okay. This is almost done. Sorry for my rambling. I hope some of it made sense, and hope that answered some questions, because I had a lot of questions on those general topics lately, and I don't know, I just like doing get ready with me's, and I like talking about new makeup. I bought a bunch of glitter from an online Etsy shop a little while ago called DazzleMeGlitter, and the glitters are beautiful and they are so much fun, and I've just been having so much fun playing with them. See, that's the thing with me and makeup, and something that I've always said is that it's just fun for me. I like doing it. I like challenging myself to do things. It's not about being the best at makeup. It's not about me being like, I'm a makeup artist, because I've never tried to pretend like I am one. I'm not trained. I just do stuff for fun. Makeup is a, you know, form of self-expression for me, and I really, really appreciate it as an art form, and that's it. I'm never going to be the best at makeup. I don't have sort of the technical ability, but it doesn't mean that I can't have fun with it. And there is a difference between it, because, you know, some people left those comments of being like, oh, you're terrible at makeup, or your makeup's weird, or this or that. And I'm like, but I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. It's not supposed to be anything other than fun for me. And I love when people get that. They're like, oh, you know, you experiment with makeup. And I love when people are inspired, even if it's something super weird. I like that people can take something from it in some shape or form. Like this glitter, this is what I wanted. I'm gonna need to fix this freaking lash situation though. That's really annoying. This glitter from DazzleMeGlitter is called Will-O-the-Wisp, and it's just beautiful. Anyway, I need to get some liner to fix this situation, and maybe, well, some lips. might need something on the lips. Okay, so I think I fixed it a little bit. I put on a lip liner from Laura Mercier, and this is the Creme de Nude lipstick from MAC. Anyway, this is the completed look for the Get Ready With Me. It's not super complicated, but a little bit more complicated than I normally do for Get Ready With Me. I have a really hard time talking about something and also being able to do an eye look. I've had a lot of people request tutorials lately, and please tell me if that's something that you would watch, because the times I've done dedicated tutorials in the past, the view count has been really low. Like, people just don't seem very interested, even though I might get like 20 or 30 comments a week about people wanting tutorials. If I post a tutorial, I might get like 10 comments on it. So I don't know if people actually want to see like more in-depth stuff, or if they're just fine with stuff like this and just pulling inspiration from my other eye looks that I just usually do when I'm listening to YouTube videos or listening to music or whatever. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of the love and the support recently. It has meant so much to me. It has honestly been so much fun opening up my comment section every morning and looking through and seeing what people have left, because, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's fantastic, amazing comments, and I do really want to stress that I love that so much, and I love chatting with people in the comments, and I love speculating with you guys on the different makeup things, and I just love chatting with you about different things and just about your life in general, because that's why I do this. I just really love connecting with people, and I love talking about makeup, so it's a win-win for me, and I really hope you feel the same way. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.